The Knicks live to fight for another game after they cooled off the Heat 112-103 in Game 5 at the Garden on Wednesday night. New York now trails Miami 3-2 in their best-of-7 series. SNY's Knicks insider Ian Begley, he was in the building last night and joins me now to talk some Knicks hoops before a big Game 6 in Miami. Ian, know you've been busy. How's it going?
Everything's good, Dexter. How are you?
I am doing good. Busy time. A lot of teams in New York in the postseason this spring, so we've been pretty busy, but we'll get right to it, Ian. Jalen Brunson, he was getting buckets in Game 5, 38-point performance, and he played all 48 minutes to save the Knicks season. Did Brunson produce one of the more memorable playoff performances in Knicks history when facing elimination?
I would say so, Dexter, but I would say the performance only increases in lore if the Knicks are somehow able to win Friday night, bring it back to the Garden for a Game 7. So I think there's a little bit more to go before we start putting this thing in context, all-time Knick history. But Brunson was fantastic. He certainly met the moment. He hit so many big shots for the Knicks. He also rebounded the ball, had assists, so he was tremendous. He did everything the Knicks asked of him, needed from him, and as you said, played all 48 minutes, had stamina throughout this game, was not dragging in the fourth quarter, and he willed the Knicks to a win. So tremendous performance by Brunson, but once we start talking about all-time performances, let's see how this series plays out, because certainly if the Knicks can somehow come back to win this thing, you're going to be talking about that 38 in 48 minutes from Brunson at the Garden, Game 5, for a long time.
Yeah, let's see how it all plays out. We'll get to that more down the road. Now, you reported that after Game 4's loss on Monday, Knicks players and coaches were in a heated verbal confrontation in the visitors' locker room. That confrontation involved airing frustrations, and it didn't seem to impact the team too much in Game 5. So what's the vibe of this team heading into a Game 6?
Yeah, I was impressed, Dexter, honestly, because when I heard about it before the Game 5, I was like, this is not good. Like, I think these guys are going to maybe not lay down tonight, but have a tough time playing after something like that. Credit the group, man, because they got together, obviously, practiced, and did shoot around, and they were fine. You saw it on the court. Did not seem to impact them one bit on the floor. They were all together, playing as a group, and everybody pitched into that win in Game 5. So it didn't seem to impact them at all on the floor. Maybe it ultimately helped them in Game 5. I mean, I'm not sure, but clearly there was no negative impact from that verbal disagreement after Game 4 when you look at what happened in Game 5.
Yeah, all worked out in Game 5. Looked pretty together on the court in my eyes. Now, while Brunson, as we spoke about, was huge in the Game 5 victory, what did you make of the contributions by Mitchell Robinson and Quentin Grimes, particularly in the fourth quarter?
Mitchell Robinson, fantastic. I mean, fourth quarter, the free throws were huge, but also over the course of the game, just rebounding the ball, particularly on the offensive glass. I mean, this was something that the Knicks had kind of hung their hat on all year long, but against Miami in those games in Miami, particularly that Game 4 loss, rebounding was not there. The Heat had a rebounding edge, and it was surprising to see. So Robinson being the anchor, getting things going from a rebounding perspective, and then knocking down 4 of 6 free throws in the final 5-6-17 to help seal this win. The Heat intentionally fouled him a couple times, and he stepped up. He went 3 of 4 in those scenarios, and he knocked down 1 of 2 late in the game. So huge free throws for Mitch Robinson. Historically, not a great free throw shooter, but he said the crowd really supported him, helped him out, and he knocked those down.
Yeah, knocked those down. Big-time plays for Mitchell Robinson when he needed to make those free throws. Got it done. Last thing, Ian, it's another business trip for the Knicks as they head to Miami for Game 6. So what does this team need to do in order to get their first road victory of the series and force a Game 7?
You look at it, right, it's rebounding. That seems to be the litmus test for this series. If the Knicks can win the rebounding battle, come out with extra possessions, take more shots than the Heat, they should have a good chance to win the game. So that means winning the offensive rebound battle and also winning the turnover battle. Knicks have done a good job protecting the ball for much of the season. I think they had something like 18 turnovers in Game 4, uncharacteristic. So if they can take care of the ball and take care of the glass, should put themselves in position to win the game on Friday night.
All right, we'll see if they are able to do that on Friday night. Big Game 6 coming up down in South Beach. You know who's going to be there, SNY insider for the Knicks. That is Ian Begley. Ian, safe travels to Miami. Enjoy the weather in South Beach, and hopefully come back to New York for Game 7.